that they have this brown rug. So
Hey y'all, so welcome back to the channel. If you watched last week's video, we talked about a lot of projects and things that we want to do in the house, some things that we're starting right now, some things that we want to do in the future. And to get inspiration for a lot of that stuff, we like to go to model homes and view what they're doing to see what's on trend, what's projected to be on trend in the future, just to get a little bit of inspiration, not necessarily to replicate or to duplicate some things, yeah, but just to get a inspiration, if you will, because I'm nowhere near an interior designer. Missy likes to moonlight as one, but I'm not an interior designer at all. So when we go tour model homes, we get inspired, and that's kind of where we are today. So right now we're in the model home that we walked, that we saw, that inspired us to build the home that we're currently in. It's the exact same floor plan. The exterior is different, but it's the exact same floor plan through and through. And we're going to give you guys a tour of it to show you what inspired us, the things that we kind of took and put into our own home, some things that we want to implement going forward, and just to kind of give you an idea of what we saw that that led us to build the house that we built, and to kind of get a glimpse of what we're going to do to the home in the future. Anything? You just zoned out.
So often we keep getting asked, like, did we have an interior design person go with us to the design center? And we did not. They have designers that you can work with at the design center, but it's pretty much like they're kind of just showing you things, and they allow you to just make a lot of decisions for yourselves. They don't really push you in which way to go. So I feel like what helped us at the design center, because like we kind of really went in there, we was like, we want this, 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 and this. I feel like what really helped us at the design center was the amount of time that we spent walking different model homes and inventory homes and knowing what we really wanted in homes. It wasn't just Perry Homes that we walked a ton of different builders. So I feel like that gave us like the inspiration of what we wanted our home to look like, and then the feel that we wanted throughout our home. And then in addition to that, we joke often about, when it was all said and done, this house was either really going to be like, boom, like that house, or it was going to be a tacky hot mess. So I think at the end of the day, we both, really like how the house came out. We feel like a lot of things work for us as far as like the different designs that we picked. But like he said, there are other elements in the home that we still want to bring in. So we want to bring you guys along with us. We've walked this model home numerous times before, but this time we want to walk it with you all so you can see where we got a lot of our inspiration from, and then see what we intend to do in the home, like you said.
And y'all gotta forgive my baby. She got a head cold out here. She sound all nasal. She sound like I did.
I didn't think I sounded that bad.
Yeah, you nasally, baby.
That's crazy. I feel like I sounded worse the other day.
I can't remember the other day, but right now, you sound like how I did when we did the theater video.
You sound like, I don't feel like I sound like that, but that's either here or there.
But
let's go ahead and kick off the video.
All right, let's go.
All right, so first things first, I wanted to bring attention to the front door. So things in this house are going to be a little bit different from our actual home because we have a different elevation. We have a different front face of the home. So some things are, and then on top of that, this house is going to be flipped from our actual house. But as you can see, they have 2 double doors, but they went with the 3 panels. We went with 5. We have 5 panels, right? We went with the 5 panel just because we feel like it gave our home a more modern home. Personally, again, I'm no interior designer, but personally, I feel like these 3, or maybe if you get 1 or certain doors, make your house look a little bit more traditional. So with this door, they have the 3 panels, and then they don't have like the double windows that we have. So that's going to be the difference that you see right off jump. Behind me, we have the office space, and just some things that we added in our office space that they have here. But the things that they have that we don't have are going to be, we do have the speakers. So we do have the 2 surround sound speakers in the ceiling, but we did not add the what are those called in the ceiling?
Recessed lights?
We do not have the recessed lights. This is something that came out. Yes, we do.
I was wondering what you were talking about. She don't even know what we got in the house.
Hush. So we have the recessed lights, and then we do have the speakers in the ceiling also, but we opted not to go with a chandelier or with a middle light, and as you can see, they did not in here. They do have a light that's kind of going out in here, so it's not as bright as it would normally be. However, I don't feel like we needed the extra light for lighting, but we have talked about adding adding the ceiling fan just so we can get some airflow in there.
So one thing that I was going to talk about to give you a chance to breathe, we talked about doing like similar built-ins, not necessarily this style because this is more for like display, but built-ins on that back wall, and then a double-sided desk. I think we talked about that in the last video. So the desk will pretty much be the width of that center section, and it will come out to about the middle of the room, and then we could put a chair on each side, and one could be in the upper, if you look at the upper left hand corner, the other one in the upper right hand corner of the desk, and then we both have our own size of the office, but we can store camera equipment and other things here. Same French doors, 8-foot French doors on entry, but instead of like a sitting room, quasi office, because we need to have a place to do editing, all that good stuff, run my business so she can run her business, we need to have a dual office. So built-ins for sure, and then a double-sided desk in here.
Yeah, so as you can see, they kind of made this like a more casual office space. But I do like the layout. Okay, so in our dining room space, again, it's gonna be a little bit different. So we have the big windows out here in our dining room area. These have a different shape of windows. Ours are a little bit more close together. And then in this dining room, they have an arch, and we don't have that arch space. But we opted to go with one chandelier. Well, we kind of went back and forth. We eventually just went ahead and went with one.
I think you went with one because you wanted it to match you wanted the pendant light in the dining room to match what we have.
Yeah, that's possible. But I have not ruled out two. It just depends, because we do want to switch out the chandelier, like I told you guys a couple of videos back. Well, let me rephrase that. It's a possibility we may, if we find something that we really like for the entryway area. But I do love the style of this dining room. I actually fell in love with the dining room when we first came and saw this particular model. I love the contrast between the back wall and the
floors?
Yeah, well, no. Excuse me. I love the contrast between the accent wall and just like the more lighter walls around here. When we do our paneling, is going to be along that big wall, so it's gonna have that same feel. It's gonna be like
this wall right here.
Yeah, super contrast in here. But like I love like the light wood of the table with the metal footing. Like I absolutely love that. That was kind of the feel that we were going for with the house. The rug is, in my opinion, is like a more detailed but simple rug. And then they just have some artwork along the walls over here. But I just feel like it's a great, just a great focal point for when you're walking into the home. Just where it's at, and it's just nice and simple in here. There's not too much going on.
I think we want to do a slightly bigger dining room. We need a table that will hold at least 8. Well, at least 7, but that's an odd number, so you need at least 8. This is 6.
Yeah, I say 8 to 10. Ideally, I would like something with a.
Well, if it's 10, you're either going to be really close or you're going to be right up against the back wall.
No, I want it to be able to sit 8 comfortably, but then with the leaf or the extension, you can go up to 10.
Right, but I'm saying if you extend it out to 10, you're not going to have room. Possibly, depending on how long it is.
But that's why I said you take it to the living room.
No, I'm not. No.
I didn't ask you what you wanted to do.
No. Anyway.
All right, y'all have to bear with me because y'all know how it is with head colds. Like, you can't function straight.
This battery about to die too. So I'll change it when you transition.
All right. So before we go to the back area, let's go ahead and walk out to the rotunda area. All right, so in the rotunda, very much like our house, I do love the fact that they have this round rug, so I definitely want to continue with that design aspect of it. In other model homes, they have like little tables over here, but I didn't want it to be like a drop zone for us, so I'm definitely considering doing what they did. And I talked to you guys about like the different elevation of the planters. I wanted, the different heights. So I really like that they got these over here. You have this, kind of thicker, tall one, and then you have like the short, skinny one over here. And I feel like it brings dimension into this area. But again, I like how if you paid attention, like all 3 rugs kind of play off of each other. And I do love that aspect of the different rugs. They're not too clashy. They kind of blend in together with the different grays. And then I did like when it's not too much we can do on this wall just because it's round. So I felt like the more elongated pieces would be a lot better. So with the same thing with the height difference. So this is kind of what I was going for when I picked out those two pieces from Home Goods. We haven't hung them up yet. We were trying to figure out different ways to hang them up. However, we are still looking for maybe something a little bit more bolder. So we're not 100% sold on those.
And then to keep in mind that from about the top of this painting up, ours is open to that hallway that's behind it. It's not sheetrocked all the way up. So that was a sort of change that was made. So we have way less vertical space. That's why we have the shorter ones. But same concept that we were kind of going for.
And then if you go straight up, so I really like their chandelier, but I felt like everyone had that chandelier, so I didn't want this particular one in our home. But I do love that they have the beams going across with the rotunda colored, not colored in, Lord, with the rotunda painted. Yeah. So I feel like it does give it a great look with as far as bringing in the grays in the different areas of the
Watch
home.
this. If you painted yours, what color would it be?
We already talked about this.
You know that? Remember that TikTok I sent you when you're like, babe,
yeah.
You say lavender ain't your favorite
we
color?
already know black is my favorite color, but we both talked about how we were painting black for sure.
Look.
Black is my favorite color. So I really like how they added this artwork to this art niche. However, we told you guys that we do have a friend of ours that is going to do some artwork for us. We've already commissioned him to do, well, we talked to him in works of commissioning him.
We're just waiting to figure out the colors and the scheme that we want to put in that space. And so we can, you know, give him the creative ability to create something using those colors.
Yeah, so same thing with this area. And y'all tell me what y'all think. So I told Akeem for this particular area, when Jamar paints his art piece behind it, I wanted this to be black. Hear me out. I wanted this to be black, but I wanted to go over it with a wood panel design. So it will be a black background, some type of wood paneling design, and then the artwork will go on top of it. I'm going to try to insert ideas that I've seen regarding that, but I think it would look so dope.
Whatever you want to do.
I know. I wish you would say that about everything.
Nah, I'm only gonna give you a little bit. You can get one room, one area, or something like that. I can't just say whatever you want to do
you
anyway.
Gonna give me, like,
yeah.
Give me?
Yeah, I'll let you
give
do it.
me? Child. So, half bath. You guys know that we've been talking about upgrading our half bath. To be honest, all they really did in here was just added paint. But I do like that they have the pendant light in here. We opted not to go with the pendant light. And they have a frame mirror. Yeah. But in here, we plan on just really bringing in some paneling also, or some wallpaper.
Let me close this up. Are you okay? Don't get me sick. Okay, I'll take a little bit of sickness.
Anyway. Okay, so moving further into the house, just like our home, this is going to be the living room space. Obviously, the huge difference in the space is going to be the fact that we moved our fireplace from a corner fireplace to a middle fireplace. So as you can see, this living room is just way more open than how our living room is actually. So when we moved our fireplace, it definitely rearranged our configuration of our home. We have now more space over here by the window. And then we have, I want to say even more space over here, believe it or not, in the open area. Because once you come out of the master bedroom, you know, you kind of have like this smaller walkway, and then you're around the, you know, living room and going into the kitchen. But in our home, we have like this, I want to say like our,
You're trying to get dimensions?
Huh?
If you're trying to get dimensions?
I was going to say, like, I feel like our space probably starts about right here, and then we have all this open space.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, not to cut you off, because you know your fans, your friends on here be tripping. But
no, it's just women know how men talk to us and
no, I'm just trying to help you out and give you a chance to breathe. Wow. So in this particular floor plan, when you do a corner fireplace, you lose a window.
I was going to talk.
I got you. I'll give you a chance to breathe. If you were, you were. Just letting you breathe.
Because you did the same thing on.
So again, you lose a window when you do the corner fireplace. So in our home, you notice we have the whole wall of windows back here. So we have an extra window here, and then like she said, the fireplace is moved here, which means that wall is elongated. So the way it's designed right now, everything is perfectly centered. So if you notice, like the fan is right in the middle of the living room, where the TV is, where the couch is, but ours looks slightly off based on the fan, just based on how we shifted everything. But we get a much a much better layout, in my opinion, of the living room space.
Yeah, I mean, we got exactly what we wanted. I have no regrets as far as moving the fireplace. I do it 10 times over. Like you said, the best part about it was the fact that we gained the window, for sure. And then we actually, these windows in the dining room are smaller, but we actually gained 6 windows that are all the same height, same size. So that works out because it gives us of a view of the backyard consistently, if that makes any sense. But moving along, this would be our kitchen nook area. So originally we were actually looking for a square table just like they have here, because I just feel like it works perfect for this space. And we have 5 kids, as you all know. So with the family of 7, you kind of want to be able to see everybody at the kitchen table, or at least all the kids at the breakfast nook in the morning. But we are now pretty much looking for a round table that seats maybe up to 4 to 5, hopefully. And the reason for that being is because we move our fireplace over, it shifted our entire living room over. So now our living room kind of overlaps. Well, we pulled everything back, obviously, because now the fireplace is in the middle. So we kind of shifted everything back and then everything over. And we feel like bringing in a rectangle table, it would kind of hit up against the couch, and we don't want that. So I love how they did this design space. Like, I think it's great. I wanted a rectangle table for our breakfast nook, but now we're looking for a more round table. But I feel like for this space, you know, for those who didn't move their fireplace, it's perfect because you can still have a setting of 6 in here, and this could be like your formal breakfast nook versus the formal dining area.
So one of the things that you guys know that we have the motorized shades all in the living room, but we talked about adding even something like this, like some sheer shade, sheer curtains, just for effect, not necessarily functional, because we can, you know, lower our shades to cut the sunlight or to give privacy. But we're thinking about doing something like this. I don't know. You guys let us know. Should we keep the wall clean, no drapery, or should we drape some in between each window like they have here? Let us know in the comments what you guys think, because personally I'm torn. I like both ways. I just don't know which one to do.
I already told you, I feel like we should add drapes because it gives warmth and comfort to a home, in my personal opinion, especially when you go with the lighter drapes. So we still want it to be more homely. We still want it to be more welcoming. I feel like drapes will help. I feel like if we don't add them, curtains rather, or whatever people like to call them, but I feel like if we don't add them, I do feel like it kind of adds to the coldness that we were kind of trying to avoid in the home.
Yeah.
So up next is going to be the kitchen. So we actually picked the same kitchen layout, or a very similar kitchen layout. They had more than one island choice, so we chose obviously the flat top island, and we went with 2 pendant lights instead of 3. And then we also have the surround sound in the kitchen also. We went with a not stainless steel. What kind of sink did we get?
It's like crushed granite, I think.
Yeah, so we went with that particular sink. But all in all, I love how open the kitchen space is from the living room here. Same thing with our house. It just brings everything all in together. So I really enjoy that because it makes it, we haven't really entertained too much outside of my in-laws, but I love the fact that it brings all spaces in together. That was part of the reason why we wanted the home. Because open floor plans are in, so you do have the super open floor plan between the living room, kitchen, and dining room area, and then you have the formal dining room. So that's why we went with this particular floor plan also. As you can see, they also have the double ovens.
Oh, scratching.
As you can see, they also have the double ovens. So for Akeem and I, that was something that was very important because we like to host. They took their cabinets and they got the second set of cabinets. We did not do that at the design center.
Well, the upper cabinets.
Yeah, the upper cabinets. We did not do that at the design center, but that is on our list of projects to do. We are working with a contractor to have them come out and just be able to measure the space and add in the upper cabinets, just because we feel like it gives the kitchen a more elevated space, like I told you guys before.
Let me back up and show I think I did before, but.
We also went with the under cabinet lighting in the home. Pretty much everything else is the same as far as cabinets. You guys know we went with a different backsplash. And then there were So they have the 2-drawer
Cabinets.
yeah. Not 2-drawer, I'm sorry. They have the 2-door cabinets. This is what we told you guys that we chose not to go with. Instead, we have the pull-outs for the pans and the pots. We didn't really need the extra storage space because we had the under the kitchen. So that was one thing that we did differently. And then they did not do theirs here either, and that was another set of drawers that we added to our kitchen space that they didn't do here. Again, we just didn't feel like we needed all that extra space. Everything else is pretty much the same. We actually put our dishwasher here, but as an alternative, they have this big drawer that we did not get as well, and then again, more cabinet space under here. So we knew all of this when we went to the design center. You have the option to configure where you want to draw dishwasher and trash can. So we opted for our dishwasher to go here. We opted for our trash can to go here, and then their trash can is right here. This is where we got the extra space for our cutting boards. Going back here, I'm going to keep it quick, but going back here, their butler's pantry, pretty much the same thing as ours. This is one thing that we talked about that we wanted to do also, which was add glass.
I'm just trying to back up so I can get you.
Which was add glass to the upper cabinets as well. Again, we have a contractor that we've been talking to as far as the uppers in the kitchen, that they're going to go ahead and add the extra glass in here. Again, nothing different from what we have. Everything's pretty much all the same in here as well.
The only reason that I opted out of, temporarily at least, at the design center, because example, right now this is all display stuff. They're not using this. So it can stay like this, you dust it, keep it clean, it looks good. But in reality, what we have in ours isn't display stuff. So it's not gonna look as cute and pretty.
But does it look bad now?
But it's not gonna look like this.
But does it look bad now?
When you open it up, no. I don't think it looks bad now, but it's concealed now.
But it doesn't look bad now.
But it's not display. That's what I'm saying. It's just not display. It doesn't look bad, but it's not display worthy. Cause then I guarantee y'all, watch. As soon as we get the glass insert, everything in that cabinet is gonna change, because she's gonna say it doesn't look right.
That's not even true. Anyway.
Watch.
You always projecting. It's weird. So this is the laundry room. The only difference in our laundry room is we got the extra cabinet space instead of the hangers, because you guys, I can't reach it anyway. So there was no point in getting it, in my opinion. But pretty much all of this in here is the same. I do like that they did a different flooring, but we just kept our same flooring throughout the entire house.
Yeah, because there's this wood they didn't want to put. Obviously, you don't put wood in the laundry room, so they had to switch it up. But looking at the height of these, definitely got to get the pedestals.
Yeah, I definitely want to get the pedestals.
Because every time you use that, can you go switch it over? It
doesn't bother me. To be honest with you, I sit on the floor and switch it over.
I'm like, Lord.
It's right there.
So where you want to go next, Moss?
I'm just going to show the secondary bedroom, and then we can go to the master talk. I'm not going to go inside the secondary bedroom. I'm going to have Akeem film it. I'm not going to do too much talking in here. Before we go in there, this is the coat closet that we have outside of our
they seen that on the house tour. And if you haven't seen the house tour,
downstairs, but this is the one that we are going to turn into a linen closet. So that's why I want to show it. So
we've seen that.
This is the one that I want to show it. Yeah. I wanted to show this because this is the one that we would consider turning into a linen closet, because it really doesn't do too much space as far as a coat closet for us. This is a secondary bedroom. I really love the way they set it up, but I'm not going to talk too much about it because we've taken zero inspiration from here.
But I mean, they would, yeah, we showed it on the tour, right?
We showed an empty room.
Oh, it's just an empty room?
Yeah,
but
it's just an empty room.
So yeah, this is Zuri's room. She has her own bath.
And we actually have a bathtub in her room versus a shower. You can also show it.
I always like these sort. Then her own closet, which is full of toys and clothes.
So I feel like this is a perfect space for her. She's still tiny, but yet as she grows, it's still a nice size space for when she gets older.
So where we going now?
Master.
All right.
Okay, so we did not get a chance. Like, you guys saw our master bedroom
Empty.
from the home tour. We did show a little bit of our furniture in there when we were in there talking, especially when we did the Alexa video also. But this is pretty much similar to the vibes that we were going for. So what I told you guys about the pendant lights, I got that idea from this particular model. I really like how it made the room look a little bit more luxurious, in my opinion.
I'm back with it, so let me come over here so they can get it better. No, you can go, man.
So we do plan on adding drapes to our bedroom, similar to the one that they have here. We are looking into getting a different bed just because we have the footboard on our bed, and I feel like it takes up a lot of space between the footboard and the headboard. But this is pretty much the vibe that we're going for with our room. Simple, elegant, but relaxing for the most of it.
And is this
Yeah, that's just wall. It looks like paint.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I think it's paint.
Yeah, it looks like paint. It looks like they might have sat down the wall and painted texture paint.
Yeah, it looks good though.
I like it. The other house had wallpaper, but I do like it.
Yeah, but we're gonna do, at first, you know, we wanted to do the modern accent wall design behind our bed. Then I think we're kind of glad that we didn't.
Yeah, I feel like, because we were going to do black. But I feel like even if we did it, I want to keep it a solid color. The whole room a solid color. I don't want an accent color anymore. So I definitely don't want to go with black. If we do it, it'll probably stay white. I really like this room. I really love the vibe of this room. It just gives me like more hotel collection. You know, high-end hotel. So I love it. We obviously want to do different chairs and a different, I don't know if we're deciding between chairs and a couch, but we definitely want like a table where we can come in here and do work, relax, you know, spend time with each other, have our different cocktail drinks and stuff like that. But like the mirror, obviously we'll have a TV in our room, but overall, this is pretty much the vibe that we're going for.
So where your makeup stand is right now, that's where that mirror, you can just hang it there.
Well, remember my makeup stand, I don't think they've seen it. It might be in the home tour video. It's in one of the videos. It's a temporary makeup stand. I actually originally bought it for Zuri's room. But I put it in my room because I obviously do my makeup. But the plan is to move my vanity somewhere else. So we want to bring artwork and different things like that into our room also. So going obviously into the master bedroom.
The nightstands. The side. Remember you were talking about the size of restoration?
Yeah, I like those nightstands.
How big they were, and that's the width you want instead of like the smaller size? Yeah. But anyway, go ahead.
Pretty much same thing. We went with the frame mirrors in here. But this will give you guys excuse me while I catch my breath.
I got you.
Hold on. So I showed you guys I showed you guys our bathroom update where I went in and decorated it. I'm actually doing something different in there. I'll share that video with you guys later. But this, again, the simplicity of this bathroom is what I love. Obviously, no one lives here, so the cleanliness just gives it a more relaxing vibe. But same thing, we got the frame mirrors. We want to add the curtains on the bathroom. I don't think anybody can see inside of our bathroom because we have the textured glass.
No, they
However,
can't.
you can see shapes, and you know you can see my little brown shapes.
See all this.
Anyway,
all your shapes.
So I would like to have curtains, even if we don't pull them often, because even though we have neighbors, we do have a fence, so you can't see anything. I just love the way that it feels in here. It's very clean, very bright, very relaxing. So we still want to keep with this vibe in here also. So they have a frameless shower, and this is what we talked about that we want to do also. We have the chrome right now, but we want to go ahead and bring in someone so they can bring in a frameless shower, and we can get the black hardware to match what we have throughout our bathroom also.
When you think about taking the glass to, I don't know if it's a functionality thing, but take the glass to the top.
If it's a functionality thing, I'm not opposed to it, but I just don't know what that would mean as far as like steam in that particular area.
I mean, it has little vent cutouts and everything.
You know.
And we have an exhaust fan in the bathroom, so we can talk about it.
So they have bathrooms, same thing. We just want to add some simple bathroom artwork in our toilet area, our water closet, as well as I wanted to bring in some wallpaper design. So the one thing that we told you guys that we did different in our closet was we knocked out, this is like the perfect example of showing you guys what we removed from our closet. So this is a linen closet that they have inside the master bathroom closet area. We removed all of that. So on each side of these, it will separate the two closets. So one side is just slightly smaller than the other. And we just removed this whole thing and just made it one big old space, but it's shoe shelves on each side, and then pretty much just, you know, railings on throughout the entire closet area. So we removed that to make it one big old open space.
Which I'm glad that we did.
So glad that we did. Although this side definitely would have been mine, because it's just bigger.
Doesn't matter. I'm just glad that we got a much more open space. So yeah. I'm glad that we did that.
Agreed. Alright, so very similar to what we want in our design space area, as far as our living room, this is kind of where we are getting our inspiration from also. We are still deciding if we want an additional couch alongside the windows, but you know, to be able to have multiple seating spaces is important to us because we do plan on hosting more, we do plan on having guests over more, so being able to have, you know, we don't know if we're going to do the 2 ottomans or 2 chairs. But we do know we want to have, you know, enough space to where maybe you could sit maybe 8 people in here comfortably, be able to bring in extra chairs. So that's the plan. We're still trying to figure it out because our space is different.
Slightly. It's a slight difference, but a major difference. But
yeah, and then this is the 10-foot wall that we were telling you guys about. They just did shelving over here, some metal shelving. We wanted to take a different route, so this is where we're thinking about bringing in maybe a credenza or something like that, some artwork or some mirrors or our gallery wall. So we plan on doing something different with our 10-foot space, but I do love that they just kept it simple with the shelving.
All right, so before we head upstairs, we've talked about in the last couple of videos. So if you're not aware, we have carpet on our steps now, and you know, we've been talking to a couple of different people as far as getting it replaced. But this is the overall vibe. I know we popped up pictures before, but now you get to kind of see it. This is the overall look that we're going for. Again, I don't think I'm torn anymore. I think I definitely want the black, but we're gonna do the contrast on the sides as far as the detail on the side. But anyway, so we can head upstairs now. No, I would say you show the view of the living room from up top. It's probably a little bit easier because the windows were kind of blowing out the footage when we were downstairs. But if you can see here, our couch is way bigger than this couch. So I know at one point you were talking about doing chairs and then chairs over here, or couch and chairs.
Yeah.
But do you still want that, or would you do ottoman?
Nope, I'll still do chairs.
Okay. So the main thing, I mean, obviously 3 bedrooms up here. So I'll show the game room and the theater last. So this room right here is different than, so the elevation on this home gives this room something that our current home doesn't have. And if you stay tuned to the end, we'll show you the outside elevation. But this room has like a
Juliet.
Is it still a Juliet?
Yes, yeah, Juliet balcony.
So Juliet balcony that's just big enough for you to step out onto right off the ledge here. And Aiden picked out this room almost immediately because it's kind of secluded. He's not by anybody. And in his mind, he feels like he has his own bathroom.
I mean, he kind of does have his own bathroom.
Yeah, but oh, that's interesting. What? You notice in Aiden's room, his wall is curved. Mm-hmm. And it's not in here. Because of the
rotunda.
But it's not in here.
Right. I told you that when we first moved in. I said, if you look, Aiden's wall, Aiden's bedroom, well, no, it's the same thing over here.
It's the same space. But
well, I was going to say his wall is up against the curve of the rotunda area. Because ours curves out a little bit more. But yeah, no. Apparently it is a little different.
But again, I don't think, I mean, there's some elements to this that I know you had like for Zuri's room at one point.
Yeah, the black and white.
Yeah, the black and white. I told you everything's black and white. But even like this.
But it was like the style element I want to bring in for her room. She is really into fashion lately. So that was something that we all talked about. Oh, let me show the closets. Nice closet space. Walk in.
So I guess we'll start right here to this. The first bedroom. This would be, whose bedroom is this?
Awesome.
Austin's right here at the front of the house. So you can go in.
Austin's in the back of the house.
Yeah, Austin's and Ash's at the front. You're right.
So the kids actually picked their rooms based off of this model, especially Austin and Ashton, and it was like, oh, you know, the rock star room and the Katie football room and different things like that. So they really love the elements of this room and the way it was decorated.
Yeah, so like, I didn't pull too much from this particular room as far as like design wise, outside of, you know, just go big and go bold, especially for the kids. Like Ashton's into music, not necessarily guitar. He's more of a drummer. But like the industrial lamps that we had picked up that we showed in one of the hauls that you did a couple videos back, you know, just bringing in those elements to, you know, give a little razzle dazzle, so it's not just so plain. I guess we should cut through to the booty. I guess we can cut through this way.
Yeah.
You was blocking me. I couldn't even walk past you.
I thought you were gonna go through that way anyway.
I guess we speak telepathy because telepathically.
So same thing as the boys' rooms upstairs. We have the vanity that leads to their bathroom. They have a shared bathroom space.
I do wish I would have took the tile all the way to the top in their bathroom. We did, but I wish I would have.
Nobody sees it with them.
Yeah, it just looks good. And this is the third bedroom that is upstairs. I actually took a little bit from this. So Ashton's into basketball. So how they have this, I guess you say half moon shape. They have how you paint the wall to create the baseball. I thought about doing the basketball like that, and then bringing in those other clear basketball goals that we saw and putting those up in the room. But they obviously don't have chandeliers; they have the fans. But you know, some stuff like this just to give it a little character, but not too crazy, to where it's easily changeable, because they're going to get older, and you don't want a whole bunch of kiddie things or immature things as they start to mature. But
yeah, the design element in here is nice. It's like, it's not too much, but it's just enough little small pieces in here where you kind of catch the theme overall. Ash actually has 2 windows just because of our elevation. So he has a area where Akeem is going to build like a seating or some type of nook.
yeah, because this wall is recessed further out. It's probably at least what would you say? At least double.
Yeah, at least double.
At least 2.5. Yeah, I would say 2.5 times this further out, so I can put it in the picture. His window is way lower.
Yeah, our windows are way longer.
Yeah, his window is bigger. Windows are lower to the ground. So.
And then, like I said, he has the second window over there. So, yeah. And one thing that Ashton did lose out on was the closet space, because they added the vent in here. So he actually has probably half of this space, but then he has double shelving. So it works for now, but it is hard to say what it's going to be like when he gets older. And then this is the hallway between the 2 rooms. Like Akeem mentioned earlier, we do have the linen closet upstairs, but our space does not have this sheeted. It is open, so you can see.
Yeah, the banisters right here.
Yeah, you can see the banister, so you can see the rotunda.
It's all open, which I like, because this feels so cramped.
Yeah. Plus, we wouldn't be able to watch them. Although, I wouldn't see the linen closet door open all the time either. I'm like, close the linen closet door now. What do you guys think about the artwork up here? I was kind of going back and forth about doing something on this wall. I do like that they added the artwork. I did have some paneling ideas I showed Akeem. It wasn't too much. It was just something simple. But tell me, what do y'all think? Do y'all think we should add artwork above our living room? Do you think we should add paneling, or do you think it's too much?
Alright, so again, if you've seen any of our tours, a lot of our videos, you know that this room right here is one of the biggest reasons why we purchased this floor plan. And they have it set up differently. Obviously, you guys know we're going for the home theater vibe, like the true theater, raised elevated seats, the whole 9. And this is set up, which I'm about to show you, as a theater, but more of a lounge style. So They have a big sectional with some separate single chairs, projector screen. They have the movie decor, the snacks, all that good stuff. But the built-ins here for plenty of storage. And this is cool, don't get me wrong. I like this setup. But I feel like that's how we got our game room and that's what we got a living room for. And it was, if I want to do a theater, I want a true theater. And we said that before we even moved to Texas. Like, if we're gonna get a media room, we want it to be a theater, like a true theater style with a true theater setup. But this, like I said, don't get me wrong, this is extremely nice. I can see how this will work for a lot of people. But for us, the way we have it set up right now is ideal for us.
Yeah, like once you see the game room up here, you'll see why they probably want this route for their theater area. But like you said, we have it set up to it's a lounge area in our game room, so it just makes sense to go with the actual theater.
Because they have the screen, it's flipped. So our screen is actually on this wall, and they built in this model. They built out this wall. So normally the actual room is here to this wall, and it just goes back. But they framed this out to give to this building. Huh?
Yeah, I said to give it more of a column look.
No, to put in the built-ins, yeah. So the room is actually much wider, but you got projected.
The same thing. They have the speakers in the ceiling. This is their particular projector. Our projector actually will start right here in the back of the room, like Akeem said, and then this is our projector wall. Projector screen.
Well, no.
Well, I only see 6.
Yeah, I thought it did. Yeah, it's about something.
So it's a nice big space. Like when we first saw this in the old model home, they actually had the screen was the entire cutout of that area. And we were like, oh yeah, this is home. This is home for us. So when we saw this area, like we loved every aspect of the rest of the house, but when we saw this area, it was like curtains. Like it was a no-brainer for us. We knew we wanted the space because we have such a big family and we love going to the movies a lot. So it was like, we got to do it.
So the game room, obviously, this one is set up way different than we have ours set up. On ours, we have the TVs. It's a little weird because this whole home is flipped. But we have the TV on this wall, Xbox and everything set up here. And then we have the couch back here. Clearly, they have a pool table and other board games. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe as the kids get older or when they get out, when they move out, maybe do something like this.
Yeah, we definitely said when the kids get older, we'll bring in the pool table. But with us having, toddlers and adolescents and preteens, there's no way.
There's no way. It's like the game room now is like their hangout hub. So they can, on the phone, they play Minecraft together. Everybody's on their own laptop, everybody on the computer, and they kind of hang out in here and vibe out. And it works for the space because you don't have that other sitting space. So either way, they needed a lounge area upstairs. So we elected for that to be here instead of in the media room.
Right.
So again, with the elevation, the term is a little weird. So the exterior of the home, the way the exterior of the home is built to make the home look different. Sometimes when you change the look or the elevation, you gain or lose things. So when we're initially looking at this particular floor plan, the elevation of this home is the one that we wanted. At the time, it was a $20,000 upgrade just to get the elevation. But one of the reasons we were considering it, because our elevation, that modern style, wasn't available at the time, is because it came with a unfinished space that's behind this wall that I personally wanted to use as like my whiskey/cigar room. That I could have ventilated, had everything going out, recirculated air. I wouldn't, no one would have any issues. It may be open now, let me see.
But then I also wanted the space for my boutique and crafting.
Yeah, it's like a 10 by 13 space. Right now they have the HVAC stuff in here.
Because they have their offices in the garage, but normally this wouldn't be in here.
Yeah, so this is, like I said, this is easily, I think it's about 10 by 12 at least.
Yeah,
10 by 12,
nice
10 by 13.
Space. It's a nice size space for sure.
In this space, and it will typically come like this. It would be drywall, subfloor, but no floor, no baseboards, the whole nine. But it's up to the homeowner to finish it out. And that's the only reason that we wanted to go with this elevation. But personally, like hindsight looking back, I asked Missy, I'm like, which one do you like better now? And if you can do it all over again, this one or ours, which is a lot more modern, and she still chooses the one.
Yeah, I would definitely go with the more modern. I mean, we realized that we can build out above our garage, same space, to be honest with you. If we wanted to, we can build out from our garage because this is above our garage. And it's a nice amount of space. So if we wanted to, we could have someone come in and draw up plans. We just haven't made it that far yet. But as far as the space, as far as like the design aspects that we want to take from here, we really love this chalkboard wall. I think it's just more so black paint, and then obviously they use like a Cricut or some type of cutter for the vinyl. But we really did like the aspect of the design of that. We thought it was kind of, you know, cool. We liked the bar that they had built in up here. Again, as the kids get older, we want to bring these different elements to the room. And then we did like the design as far as the contrast of the paint color. So that's something that we're thinking about doing too. So we wanted to do a secondary paint color here. We also have the tray ceilings. So we wanted to do something at the bottom of those and then bring it up to the actual ceiling in here.
Because the model before this one had that. It had the bottom of each tray painted to give it, you know, that depth look.
Yeah.
And so lastly, we'll go ahead and we'll show the patio outside, and then we'll show the exterior elevation so you can see you know what we were talking about.
Okay, so headed out the back door, one change that we made, and I'll tell you the significance of it, why we did it at the time.
I'll get the door.
Okay. So we actually opted to have our door open inward instead of outward because we wanted to put a TV behind this particular wall, and we didn't want to have to open up the door. Yeah, well, on the wall behind the door, and we wanted to open up the door inward so you didn't have to have people walking in front of you. I'm sorry, opening the door in front of you. However, we opted for, because this wall is like way bigger than this wall. But we actually had the TV put on this wall instead because we didn't want people to have to keep walking in front of the screen and you're constantly asking people to close the door or duck down or whatever the case may be. But ideally, the other wall is bigger.
I mean, yeah, but it's only so much. On this space, I think I could put 60, 65 inch TV. That's plenty big for what I want to do out here.
Yeah, I have no regrets. I still would have opened up the door the other way, inward rather outward. I know Uno is happy because he knows how to open up the door and come in and out of the house. He just doesn't close it yet.
Yeah, but like I said, this is the patio. They have a dining area, sitting area. I was just probably gonna be set up a little different, especially once the pool gets done. But until then, it's similar. We want to put outdoor eating, but I hate eating outside. I hate.
It doesn't bother me.
I take that back. I hate flies.
Everybody hates flies.
So I can't enjoy my food. I can't have a good time if I'm constantly doing this the whole time. So, you know, there's a period of time throughout the year when you don't have flies. Cool, I can rock with that. But when, like right now, when I go turn on the Blackstone to turn on the Traeger, here they come, flies all around. So it's just like, how can you enjoy yourself if the whole time you
swatting flies?
Yeah, it's just not fun.
They have things for that now.
I don't know what works, but like when I was a kid, like not a kid, but anytime we used to have like backyard parties and everything, I get my plate, go inside and eat, and I'm coming back outside. But I'm not eating outside. It's too much.
So I really like this setup. You guys know from our previous video, we are pushing back the pool. It'll still be fingers crossed this year. That's still the plan. As of right now, it just won't be as early as we wanted it. In the year we wanted more spring, summer, but now it'll be more fall, winter, more winter. So obviously I love the fire pit area, but we're not gonna bring out, you know, bricking for that just to tear it up in less than a year. The other aspects about the backyard that I am going for would be, like I said, the sitting area with the TV. Obviously this would be a little bit more inward, so it'll face the TV, but I do want a dining area set up outside. They have 2 fans out here. We only did the one in the middle, but I feel like
do absolutely nothing.
I think they push a little bit of,
no,
you
I'm
know.
telling you from experience.
Me too.
What experience?
Sit on the patio with a fan.
No, you have a box fan that's pushing.
I'm not
out.
talking about that box fan. Akeem, I sat
not
under,
a box fan, but
I've sat under patios
okay,
with ceiling fans before.
If it get up to 90 today, I'm gonna turn my patio on at work, put on full blast. You sit out there and tell me if you feel it.
Okay.
Okay.
But I do like the fact that
when it does something for the loser.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but I do like the fact that they have the dining area out here. This is definitely the vibe that I want to go for. I did get the inspiration from this particular house and the previous model. They had all the same furniture, but I love the fact that they had the 6-seater out here, the sitting area out there, and I do love the fact that they have the fireplace. We probably won't do this unless we can find a temporary solution, but the chances of that are probably not gonna happen. But I really do like that, how they have this area out here.
I know you do, baby. You've always liked this.
I do. I love it. I love being by the water. I grew up just off of Lake St. Clair, just across from Canada. So we used to just go to the water and just relax in high school. Like that's just kind of our hangout spot. So us having a water view in the background, in a backyard with the fountain was like a big deal for me. I just wanted to feel as close to the water as possible. But functionality over cost, neither one of them made sense. So that's another reason why I was like, okay, I really want to do the pool in the backyard, just so we can have that aspect of the water near us.
All right, but that's the full tour. This was what inspired us. Oh, I gotta show y'all that front yard. I mean the elevation. So before we end it, let me go show y'all that real quick. All right, so here we go, guys. This is the exterior. This is the first exterior that we thought about getting. And like I said, once you walk on the inside, it's the exact same layout, minus that one little bonus room I just showed you in the game room. But other than that, this is the exact same house. Those two would be garages. Right now, those are offices for the sales offices. Once they sell the home, we'll put the driveway here, and then the garage doors. So the garage is there. Everything else is the same, outside of some small architectural elements like the double arch windows as opposed to the square windows like we have, the balcony up here, things like that. But this is just the elevation that we originally were going to go with, but we decided to go with the modern one once it was released, and I'm happy with that decision. But yeah, this is the one we almost got. If we would have bought what, 3 months earlier, 3-4 months earlier, this is what we would have. So tell me what y'all think. Y'all like this one or the other one better? Matter of fact, don't tell me what y'all think. I don't care.
So again, thank you guys for checking out another video with us. Hopefully guys, you can see where we are getting our inspiration from. Hope you guys enjoyed this full furnished tour of a model home, which is very similar to our current home. Continue to rock with us as we build out our home, as we add different design elements to our home, and stay along for the journey. See you guys in the next video.